Alright. That one was pretty atmospheric, I think. Very kind of in the background. Maybe if your attention was a little bit more preoccupied on everything that was going on. Now, as far as I know from what the menhir is, or what it would be, is we interacted with this type of stuff in the very beginning of the game in the tutorial. It brought us to this strange world within the weirdness, I guess they specifically call it. That's where we found King Arthur, and where he was kind of trapped, or I wouldn't really say trapped. I guess it was just more like his tomb, So that's actually very interesting. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh wow, he just annihilated all of them. We definitely do not want to be hit by this guy. We got him! 1700 EXP! Nice. Ogre Claw. Doesn't look like his hammer is wieldable. We got him though. How cool. Spear of an Ancient Hero. Shall we take a look? We can use it. Attacks against targets at full health are always critical. Dealing damage makes enemies bleed. One-handed. Very neat. Maybe we'll swap it out for this one. The jumping is, I'm not sure if you guys were wondering about this, but the jumping is a little bit of a tactic you learn to level your skills, kind of passively as you're playing the game. It's a little skill I picked up playing Elder Scrolls Morrowind. You just always jump around because it'll proactively level all of your skills. Well, at least your it's not really called acrobatics. It's like athletics in this one. Ooh, that's a set. Shall we take a look? It looks very cool. Mana regen? Wow! The armor is very low. We could have used this earlier in the game. At the very least, it'll be good. It'll be something I can probably transmogrify. I don't know if I'm going to be using it or anything like that. Molten Lightning decreases stamina cost by 20% while dual wielding. Look at that! They look cool. Max stamina, gold sapphire signet. What's this? Hunter's amulet. Weak spot damage. Another keeper! Ah, what a bummer. There's a whole bunch of keepers down here. But we had to kill an ogre just to get over here, so I think that's suitable rewards for everything we did obtain for killing that ogre. Because killing that ogre would have been an absolute pain. I think you could probably go around him though if you swam around him. It looks like a cave of sorts. I like picking up the veggies. You never know when you're gonna need them. Yeah, see? The random jumping does help. Because every time you level, you get EXP. So the more you level, even just regular skills, you know, it'll increase your base combat level. It makes the entire world a little bit easier to deal with. Oh, I see a human. Looks like he's friendly. What's up, hermit man?
So much for a secluded cave keeping visitors away. Seems like there's no one on this island to hide in peace. Oh well, since you're here, I have an important question. Do you have any food? I promise to answer all of your questions, no matter how annoying or asinine they might be. But first, do you have any food? Oh dear. Yes, food. That stuff you put in your mouth to make sure your body doesn't wither and die, you know? Fish, meat, vegetables, bread. Oh, some bread would be especially nice. But I'll take anything, really.
I do have food. I know. Let's give him some food. I'll give him some bread.
Thanks. I'll be forever indebted to you. The only payment I can offer you is seashells, or, you know, access to an infinite well of ancient druidic wisdom. I'd rather you choose wisdom. I threw out my collection of seashells a few days ago after I stepped on them with my bare feet. Much better. A time for a nap. Oh, except you're still here. Oh no, don't tell me you still have questions. My name is Drest, and I am the local hermit. I don't understand your skepticism. I live alone in a cave, collect seashells, and occasionally talk to crabs. What else could I be? But didn't you know? There are no more druids. The mob rounded them all up, stuffed them into a giant wicker man, and lit a fire. Their screams could barely be heard over the roaring flames, but the stench of the burning flesh easily overwhelmed the smell of blazing wicker. Its glow painted the sky in reds and yellows for the entire night. Don't be silly. How could I have been there if I'm here now? Some years ago? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Can we change the subject? I'm sure there are more interesting things we could be talking about. Well, I live here. The same way you did, I presume. I'm giving you truthful answers. That's all you should ever hope for.
Sage, the holy plant of shadows and light. Author, Sidonius Guerin. Legends say that the All-Mother, in grief for her children's suffering, sowed sage under the moonlight, granting its silvery leaves her blessing. This sacred plant grows in sprawling bushes, with pale purple flowers and pointed silvery green leaves that shimmer like Avalon's ancient sorrow. Its earthy, bitter aroma seems to whisper secrets of the land itself. Sage is renowned for its restorative powers, sharpening memory, soothing joints, easing fevers, and driving out unseen enemies within the body. Its smoke, burned in the rituals of druids and priestesses, can cleanse curses, repel spirits, and stir dormant life. More than mere medicine, sage is a relic of divine compassion, a small but potent shield against the darkness. If one must indulge mortal cravings, it lends a fine flavor to meats. Well, we're going to take it. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. Got some buttons. I was actually expecting a full-on cave, but this dude, no cave. This is more like an indent, you know? There's no real cave here. This is not a cave, dude. This is a beach. You don't even have a roof. Wow, what's that? Now this could be good. I like that the gloves glow. It's cool to me personally. I don't know if it keeps going, actually. What is that thing, dude? I'll give it a shot. I'll go look around. What even is that, eh? Doesn't seem to bother this Druid guy too much. He's got a whole bubble. It doesn't seem too bad when you've got the little shield thing. Even the moon looks pretty neat. But as soon as you see, you like remove the shield, you walk away from the shield, it gets really spooky. The village. Okay, so there's another beach there. Another island here that we can take a look at. Probably do that stuff during the daytime, honestly. And a teleporter! Thank Lord. Hello, human. I kind of want to go up here. At the very least, take a look. What was that? A home? Huh. So maybe you have to go up this way? $90 EXP doesn't seem like much, to be honest. So this goes underneath the main place. Any loots? Loots. Is it a keeper? We had a feeling. Poor little feller. Must have fallen off. Don't imagine anyone would go out here of their own volition. Other than me, of course. You know. Got quite a few keeper tags on this trip, though. Which would make you think that it's a bit of a dangerous spot, but haven't really encountered anything. Do like myself some fish. You can buy the villa. Dreaming of owning a property by the sea? Welcome to Driftwood Hollow, where the charm is salty, the houses are ventilated, and the views are mostly unobstructed by the collapsing pier. Every home here tells a story, mainly about leaky roofs, creaky floors, and ghosts who might cover your heating bill. But now, before the seagulls claim squatters' rights. Bye now. Oh, do it again. What a little place. Ghosts cover the heating bill. Holy, a reinforced chest too. Looks like you can have a farm. Being able to buy houses kind of makes me think of Fable. With a tavern nearby. Wow. Is that a lady?
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag. My name is Alyssa Murray, and I'm here with my husband, a very important cloth merchant. But surely you must have heard about our family. Not to brag, but we are rather prominent. I am famed amongst Camelot's courtiers for throwing the most magnificent feasts. Thank you. I designed it myself. I wanted to blend in with the people of the South. The savage tribes, the brave lightkeepers. I wanted to make an homage to them with my new style, and I do believe I've succeeded. I can feel everyone here gazing at me with awe. Give it a few weeks and everyone here will be trying to copy me. It happens in Camelot all the time. It's almost insufferable. Well, my Duncan is here on business, of course. A very important contract with the Lightkeepers. I decided to accompany him because I have never been to the South, and I've heard so much about its wild, untamed beauty. So far, it's turned out to be terribly dull. And the smell! It's like stale fish and sweat. Hopefully I don't have to suffer it much longer. Pray, tell me, do you know anyone here who would run a small errand for me? Oh, nothing major. You see, I've had my eye on this beautiful abandoned estate overlooking the sea. It's not very far from here, but it's far enough away from all this rabble. If we stay here for a while, I need a place for myself. You understand that, right? No offense, but I can't keep living in a filthy room at an inn. When I asked the innkeeper to draw me a bath, he brought me a bucket. A bucket! Can you imagine? Finally, someone sympathetic to my plight. My Duncan has been heartless about it. He just keeps going on about how I was the one who wanted to come here. He told me to deal with it. Can you believe that? The nerve of the man. Well, what he doesn't know can't hurt him, can it? He should be glad that I can take care of myself. I'm not like the other high-born women, sitting around waiting to be handed everything on a silver platter. And besides, he knows better than to say no to me. Fine. The problem is that the manor appears to have some occupants, not legal ones, mind you, who need to be evicted. Possibly, if there's no other way. You'll do it for me, won't you, dear? Splendid! I can't wait to start decorating. Maybe something nautical, to go with the sound of the waves crashing on the cliffs? Or do you think that's a trifle trite?
I can see that you're not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I've tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer? You can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon. I am biding my time until a brave adventurer with a death wish comes along and asks if there's anything they can help me with. Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child? In one of my books, I found a reference to a certain object, a figure most likely, which had the ability to dispel the weirdness like a min-head can. Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area. The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lux. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? But just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. Deal? And they say young people don't want to learn anything. Go on, talk, get to reading.
I've already been to that specific boat. Now this would be a very interesting way to kill, like, ogres and stuff. Nine endurance?
Oh no. It was not a good place, especially not for humans. The odd instruments used for gods know what, the signs written in a strange language, and that disturbing figure to this day. The mere memory of it makes me shiver. And to think that all of this was, or maybe still is, lurking so close to the horns of the south. If you ask me, they should bury the entrance to that mine and seal it up forever. I tried to convince Captain Lex not to take anything from those accursed chambers, but he wouldn't listen. The four-armed figure didn't look like all that much to me, but I could see how alluring it was to the captain. It reminded me of those strange menhirs I heard about from the inland villagers, only not so impressive in stature. On the captain's orders, we threw the cargo into the hold and steered towards the Isle of the Dead and its island asylum. Isle of the Dead. Writing these words and reflecting on everything that happened afterwards, I realize now how cruel that name is. I was wrenched from my musings by a roaring sound, almost like a clap of thunder. It knocked me off my feet, flinging me into the mast like a rag doll. It took a while for me to realize that something had hit the bottom of the boat. Something huge. Water flooded the deck. People were running around screaming. Well, at least those who hadn't already been thrown overboard earlier. I had no idea what was happening. Did Nolly ram us into some rocks? Then came another blow, this time port side. That was when I saw her. Every sailor in the South has heard stories of the terror from the deep, and there she was. Her scaly body gleamed before my eyes for only a moment, but it was a sight I will never forget as long as I live. The ship was sinking, yet I could not stop staring at the spot where I had seen the sea monster. A moment later, a piece of the mast hit me in the head, and I lost consciousness. To this day, I do not know whether I owe my survival to the will of the gods, a twist of fate, or a whim of the monster. Why me? Was I chosen to tell this story? If so, then that is what I shall do, and I humbly offer my thanks to the forces I cannot comprehend for giving me the chance to fulfill this task. Okay, what are these? Notice, a right shoe was found on the beach. Please pick it up at the tavern, but bring proof that you own the left one. I beg you, please don't take everything we own. We may be refugees, but that doesn't mean our belongings are for everyone to take. The herrings of the south, fishing records. Finley, trout, 96 centimeters. Randall, rockfish, 81 centimeters. Wow, okay. We've got like a running tally of the biggest fish. That's actually kind of cool. Warning, unauthorized entry to the castle grounds will be strictly punished. Also, please refrain from bringing any more gifts of bread. The seagulls are already enough of a nuisance. Keeper Gwynlyn. I wonder if everyone I talk to in here will end up having a quest for me. How about you, dude? You got a quest?
Who are you? Another refugee? This place is already crawling with your lot. It's like a Camelosian privy after a feast. In my day, you only saw old, familiar faces round here. And maybe we didn't all love each other. But a local is a local. It was easier to share with others, even when you didn't have much.
Dude is missing an arm.
A problem? No. No problem, just rambling to myself. But now that I look at you, sure enough, you don't look like one of them. Do you see anything interesting around here? There's this tavern, and plenty of fish in the sea. Decent place to retire, but not much else. Well, if you're looking to sightsee, try the sunken village. Just don't let the locals tear you to shreds. Orderly. No damn rabble begging at the gates and eating us at a house and home. Back then, sure, civilians came and went. But housing them, feeding them? We had a rule. No freeloading. But I guess that went out the window, along with our pride. It used to mean something to be a keeper. You could come in off the streets and keepers would make a man out of it. Now, bunch of spoiled lordlings sold off to Brandon by their daddies for a bag of gold. Treated like they're made of glass. Soft, weak. A lot of them. What's there to be proud of?
Yeah. I understand that.
You watch your damn mouth. We did everything we could. I've said it before. We need a whole damn army to keep this region in check. And besides, how do you know these leeches are even telling the truth? Every village wiped out. Just like that? Give me a break. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You asking me? They came here and made themselves at home. I ain't talking to any of them. I don't know. But you could put something on the table, and then maybe we can talk. Thank you. That's better. We used to come here, the three of us. Me, Berg, and Fedley. But lately, something's gotten into Berg, and it all kinda fell apart. Hell knows what happened. One day he just stopped talking to us. We went to his house to get him, but he only cursed a blue streak at us. Say, mate, do you feel like talking to an old obler? I feel bad for him, but I've got no more patience. And Finley. Let's just say Finley's no good at this stuff. Now you're talking. Ever since he got so maudlin, Berg usually sits over where I see. Let me know what's wrong with him.
Drinking buddies. Let's go. It turns out everyone in that inn gave me a quest. Wild. Jeez. Oh, look at this. This has quest written all over it. Trays and coal. Let's stick to one at a time, eh? There's no way they could all be related, taking me to the same spot.
What do you want? Who are you? Ha! Guess he's got nobody else to get pissed with. Finley never liked drinking alone with him. Tainted tends to get into one of his moods. And? What? That's all? You're bothering me just because that old rascal is sitting alone in the inn with nobody to natter to. You people, bugger off.
Wow. Okay. That far away. Out here? How'd they even get over there? Bruh.
This one's actually hilarious, to be honest with you. Evict them if needed. Okay. That's really far up there, isn't it? Yeah. I was thinking it'd be like here or something, but this is actually really far away. I read the book. Now we gotta go back to it.
And have you read The Last Voyage of the Andraste?
Yes.
Splendid, splendid. Oh, it's an excellent book, don't you think? Now, let's test your reading comprehension.
Oh no.
According to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they took with them on the ship. Do you remember what that was, child?
Oh, multiple choice. Was it a figurine of a four dweller? Or was it like a precious gem? It doesn't really specify, does it?
That's right. This is the artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to repelling the wordness. According to Elvis's description,
They said it was
the
like smaller
figure
than a
is
menhir.
smaller than a menhir, and light enough that they were able to carry it to the ship without any trouble. Were it small, it would probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters instead of in the hold. I've estimated it should be about 1 meter tall. Good. Next question. What was the Andraste's destination?
They were going to the island asylum.
Correct. Be very careful with what I'm about to tell you. But some believe that the Red Priests are dedicated to studying the wordness instead of the Red Death. Captain Lex must have thought they'd pay him generously for a four-dweller artifact. Next question. What sank the Andraste?
It was a sea monster.
Yes. You did well, child. I can see that you were paying attention. According to Elvis, the Andraste was sunk by the legendary terror from the deep. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be much better informed. Now, all you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the mysterious figure. Oh, if only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the Island Asylum. Oh, but where exactly? Fortunately, I know something that could help us. In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having such treasures at hand and choosing to completely ignore them? Oh, barbarians. Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Elvis. I've read it, of course, but I know nothing about sailing. I'm sure such a competent child as yourself will handle it much better. Go to the Horns of the South Museum, read the logbook, and then tell me whether you managed to locate the wreck of the Andraste.
Okay. I don't know if it's 100% necessary.
Beer from Kunacht, wine from Farshire, moonshine, only local, the best there is, and fish. Lots and lots of fish. What's your poison? You mean the old pier? Well, first of all, it's not that old. Brennan was already the captain when it was built. Why is it
Brennan?
called that? Don't know. Probably because of all those old folks around. A lot has been happening here lately. Plenty of new faces. I definitely can't complain. I'm finally running a proper tavern. People come and go, and the regulars drink as usual, as it should be. Daddy will be proud. Hey, not here, obviously. You won't see your old man here unless your name's Dara. Mine sent me here because he hoped I'd make something out of my life. He never wanted me to pour beer and look at the same tired mugs day in, day out, but as it turns out, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I got more by a weird beast during the hunt, and after that, the captain decided I wasn't any good for active service, so he sent me here. I was bored out of my mind, and since there wasn't one here, I decided to start a tavern. At least I'm not as bored anymore.
Hey, he didn't give us a quest. So if you need like alcohol for potions, you can get a pancake. Wow. Get it. Journal on literally everyone in this place too. It's kind of interesting that this village is kind of like, they look very similar.
Bloody hell, look at this! The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Ah, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here. And who are you? What you want? You another one of Dura's freeloaders? What do you take me for? A senile old idiot? I know that my boy keeps sending all of you little pissants to snoop around his old man. Oh, how worried he must be. Oh, how did you all get it into your stupid heads that I am ill, huh? That's bullshit. Everyone's going on about how old Gabon's gonna keel over anytime soon. And me? Still here, ain't I? Arseholes. I'm old enough to know what I'm talking about. I served my time. I've lived my life. Now you can all kiss my arse. So there. I swear, each one's dumber than the last. Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me. So there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time.
Well, Finley might be a newt. A mute. A newt? Wow. At least he got better.
You're digging a little deep, aren't you? Bring me a drink and I'll consider talking. So, what was your question? Hold on. Finley is not my caregiver. He's my helper at most. Hey, first of all, I'm not a cripple who needs a decrepit dimwit running round after me. Secondly, do you know the problem with having a helper who's mute? He doesn't bloody talk. I mean, it's not all bad. At least I don't have to listen to even more bullshit. He puffs up like a marshmallow every time he tries to say something. But I don't understand shit. You sure have a lot of questions. Grab me a drink first, then we'll see.
Bro!
Then you can kiss my arse. I ain't spilling my guts to strangers. Drinking buddies, though. If there's something you want to know, you'll need to treat me first. You sure have a lot of...
This dude.
So, what was your question? That's what he says anyway. But yeah, he's my blood. Eager like me, and look at that bulbous nose. Won't this so much clearly mine? But I ain't gonna talk with a stranger. It's like half the blighters here don't have working peckers, or they've never even touched a woman. What's got you so nosy? Pour me a drink, and I might open up.
Holy, this dude's an alcoholic.
So, what was your question? You see, back in the day, being a keeper was a serious business. Now, don't even get me started. You used to come here with a mission, not to run away from your bloody mother. Nowadays, lads get brought here by their own kin when they've had enough of them, or they think the Orns can hide them from the law. No, back in my day there was none of this stuff. I came here to serve. My girl cried when I left her, but I've always known this is where I wanted to be. How was I supposed to know she had a bloody bun in the oven? By the time the wean was born, I was already planning the lighthouse's construction. Jack knows what he came here for. That's not my problem anymore, and I don't stick my nose in anyone else's business. Why the sudden interest? Maybe if you bring me a drink, I'll humor you.
Oh, this dude needs to stop drinking, dude.
So, what was your question? I'm starting to like you, stranger. And trust me, it's been a long time since I liked, well, anybody. I liked me brothers in arms back in my glory days. Good lads, every damn one of them. Tough as nails, loyal to a fault. The kind of men you'd want beside you in the darkest holes of Avalon. But they're gone now, all of them. The old captain got it in his head to send us down to rediscover some mouldy tunnels under the keep. Damn fool mission that was. We went in together, but I was the only one to come back out. I can still see all their faces when I close my eyes.
Oh, I see.
A hard loss it was, but I'm still here. Oh, some days I wonder why. Getting a bit curious, I see.
Again,
Hand me a
dude.
drink, and I'll answer. Maybe. So, what was your question? Those tunnels, right. Well, me and the lads went down there to check if we could repurpose them under the Orns. Damn fool mission that was. But here wasn't just some empty caves. There were monsters, straight out of Age of Legends. Sick stuff. Stuff to get under your skin. Looked like... hell, memories all twisted up now. Like a bloody nightmare mixed with shadows that don't belong. Want to know more? Speak with Fergus. He's in charge of this shit show now. Now, I propose a toast to those lost souls. This one's on me. Peace, you say. Problem is, sometimes I think they never died. They haunt me in my dreams, you know. Bloody bastards. I swear I wanted to go back and retrieve their bodies. But our late captain, like Grindelows piss on his grave, forbade me from going back. But when I drink, I usually pass out, and then I don't remember my dreams. So, I drink. My brothers deserved better.
Survivors Guild. You gave me 3 fine wines, though. We got some quests, though. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe I can walk up this. and get inside the keep from there. I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh yeah, that's definitely a quest. This village is just a bunch of people that need stuff.
What do you want? To gawk at the beast? Well, I'll have to disappoint you. My Cole is not the monster you all believe him to be. So you really don't know? If you're not from here, I'm not sure what could have brought you to this hellhole, but you have my sympathies. Just know that Cole isn't like that. Something is poisoning his mind and soul. I don't know what it is, or why it happened to Cole, but now we're all at the mercy of those damned keepers. One evening there was a quarrel between our group, the villagers, and one of the keepers. They'd had a bit too much to drink and let some comments slip. They hurled insults at us, saying there's no place for us here, that we should just get the hell out of here because things are hard for everyone. Hard? Sure. I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. All they do is sit in that keep of theirs, thinking they're the defenders of justice. Well, Cole went mad. I've never seen him like that before. He attacked that keeper and bit him. It was serious, but the keeper survived. If it weren't for the other men from the village, things could have ended very differently. Afterwards, they chained Cole up and locked him in a cage. His condition started to worsen. They said a monster like him doesn't deserve a jail cell. Jail cells are for humans. Bastards. This might sound silly, but before we reached the keep, we came near a strange structure. The locals call it the Arch Spire. In the morning, we realised everyone had a strange dream, but it was a little different for each of us. Cole started acting weird after that, and in time, it only got worse. I was in a strange place. Dark, full of fog, eerie. I was trying to find him. I called out, but no one answered. I was alone in the night, and then I kept falling, and falling, and falling. And then I woke up. No, only that, well, it didn't make much sense. But he was convinced that something bit him. He kept checking. It must have been some bug. Something changed by the weirdness. That must have caused his fever, his insanity. Well, it was pretty typical. We started a fire and threw some cobwebs into it. Fran brought them back from one of his treks. That boy could always find them somehow. It was our protection from the night and the weirdness. Ellis was on watch that day, but from what he told us, he eventually fell asleep. We were lucky no one slit our throats. We set up camp near the Arch Spire. We hoped that bandits wouldn't dare to venture into a place like that. Well, now I know why we could have been right. With everything that's been happening lately, I'm ready to believe in every strange thing in this world.
Called it. Knew there was a quest there.
have mercy. Not another one. If I let you pass, will you promise not to tell anyone that you came through the village? Because I should have caught you right on the beach and asked what you're doing. And now that you're here, it's a bit late for that. That's just my luck. Take the post turning, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people. Ah, yes, that old house. That place has been empty for years. The story goes, the last owner, Keeper Galen, threw himself into the sea one stormy night. Some folks whisper at curses or restless spirits, but I say it's just talk. The captain put it up for sale ages ago, but no one's had the guts or sense, if you ask me, to take it. If you're thinking of buying it, go for it. Make it your home. Every house deserves someone to fill it with life again. Well, to be fair, he only bit one person. But it was a keeper. I know Mahone can be a piece of shit sometimes, but gods. Now both of them are sick. And Haber's got no clue what's wrong. Which is the only reason that refugee isn't dead yet. So, he's sitting in a cage. His wife's crying all day and everyone's pissed. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in the middle of it all. No, not really. Fortunately. The deck? Just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bent started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of? You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start. Truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, I could teach you a thing or two about home decor.
Oh, really?
Not exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well, we all have our secrets. Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but I've got a thing for furniture. The only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice. But, yeah, I like imagining places where things fit. Where chairs don't wobble, tables don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe, and beds, well, beds don't feel like they're plotting a murder while you sleep. Not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as Tiernan the Grumbler. But, hey, we've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Mine just happens to be daydreaming about nicer chairs.
Alright, we gotta check out his chair.
See you around.
Let's check out his chair. I don't know. I don't know if furniture is his thing, you know? Maybe that's why he's daydreaming of nicer chairs.
Hey, you're heading to the village, right? Tiernan should let you in. Take this medicine to my father, will you? Goban is a loud man. You shouldn't have trouble finding him. I can see from the look on your face, you've already met that little ray of sunshine. Forget I asked. Because he received orders not to let any keeper through without a pass. And I don't have one. I've already used mine. Guess what I used it on? That's right, bringing medicine to my father. When that Egypt gets an order, he's like a priest who stumbled into an orgy. He's got a stick up his ass. Nothing gets through him. If I had a gold coin for every time someone asked me that, I could fund the damn. Look, it's Camelot's orders. I get paid to follow them, not to question them. If they want to throw money at us to keep up appearances, that's their problem. I'm not about to stop them. Not all keepers have been here their entire life, you know? He got me before he joined the Horns. Serves me right for wanting to find him, stupid son of a bitch. If only I knew what it would entail. Well, no, of course not. We're not priestesses of the All-Mother. A woman can be an old crone and still devote herself to the All-Mother. But a man's got to have some fight left in him to be a keeper. Old enough to hold a sword, young enough to not break under its weight. We all got different roles around the keep, sure. But at the core, we're warriors. Don't forget that. I don't know. Following my old man here was all I ever wanted. Never saw myself as anything else. Tried picturing myself as a husband, a father, but nah. I wouldn't know how to raise a kid. I'd just mess them up. Like father, like son, I guess. It's no secret. He's just an old, bitter man who hates the entire world. And I'm a part of it, so... it is what it is. That's all. He told that tale about the tunnels more times than I can count. To anyone who listened. But these days, it seems nobody does anymore. I've heard it plenty of times already, believe me. To him, those old friends of his were everything. He meant more than his own son, that's for sure. He'd go on and on about it. If I'd gone with him, he won't let it go. Sometimes I think that if Fergus had let him go into those tunnels and meet the same end as his brothers, he might have found his peace. Or at least quit drinking. Stay out of trouble.
Well, yeah, that's how Survivor's Guilt works, brother. I read this this book about Mandalorians. Well, not Mandalorians, the clones. I think it was called like Commando or something, like a Star Wars book. And it had similar concepts, which I think is pretty interesting. But that's where I get the understanding from. It's like when your squad gets taken out and you're the last one to... you're the only one who doesn't. It can really affect people, especially those in like a soldier's situation.
there. Hey. Hello. Lighthouses. Why the hell are Dara and his workers pushing so hard to build the second one? Is one not enough? Is it because one is less than two and less is worse? I mean, two lighthouses next to each other are almost the same as one, and ships don't even sail this way anymore. Two taverns, of course. One to drink in, and the second for when you're already drunk. Ha! Aye, why would they? The waters are treacherous, so no ships. Storms and the weirdness are a deadly combination. Besides, who'd have the time to build or repair them? There are enough problems on the island. We don't need more. Well, not much going on here, as you can see. Things have been a bit different lately, due to the refugees. One was even hanged for theft. But I can't say much more as I wasn't there. If you're interested in the horns, you should visit our museum. You'll learn more about that fella, Swal, or whatever his name is. Aye, it's boring, but at least you don't have to pay to enter. But almost nobody goes there anyway. What do I think? Well, as long as they follow the rules, they can stay. And if they don't, then they can hang. That's all. Folks are saying that there's some other group, probably more dangerous, not so far from here. If they come closer, well, that wouldn't be too good.
See, that guy's got a pretty good understanding on like refugees and, you know, immigrants in general.
You can stay here and serve. Sit in the tavern, drink and eat something. If you're looking for an adventure, you'll have to go elsewhere. There's always something happening out in the world. But you know what? Here in the south, everything happens late. It's a big world out there, and a small one right here.
Yeah, I get the feeling. My
From a
world
financial
feels
standpoint,
really
makes
small.
absolutely no sense.
Don't really get to meet a lot of new people. It's always the same people. It's all weird, if you ask me. It really makes the world feel tiny. Whoa, Leah almost fell. Jeez.
Just keep your head down. You startled me.
You're still here! You startled me! Most people just instantly walk away. This game reminds me a lot of The Witcher. Story-wise and being like an indie developer, in a way. Back when CD Projekt Red was an indie developer. Free bow. The actual lighthouse. That's what this place is? Getting to know the locals has been kind of interesting, though. You know, they all have their interesting quirks and stories. They all kind of have something going on. They're even related in ways too. It's kind of cool. Really makes the world feel alive and interesting. How far do I have to go up, dude? A frost butterfly. We found a flame butterfly earlier, so we've got a collection now. Yoo-hoo! Are we going up? We're going down! Wow. With an elevator. I don't know where the dude was. Repairing the deck. I gotta go back.
Should stay out of trouble.
Oh, a chicken!
The less attention, the better. You startled me.
Oh wow.
You know where to find me if you come across.
600 coins.
Captain Hagen. Well, he was a man driven by pride and a certain disregard for caution. He sent men to explore those old tunnels beneath the keep. Somehow, he got it into his head that there was something valuable down in those tunnels. Treasures, relics, who knows what else. But the truth is, we know what was there. In the age of legends, it was just a hospital. There was some kind of outbreak or plague, and the place was sealed off. Nothing left to find, or so the records say. Yes, it weighs on me more than I'd care to admit. If I could, I'd see them laid to rest. But no captains ever bothered. It seems they thought it was a fool's errand. Maybe not worth the risk. If you're mad enough to try, then by all means go ahead. Just don't expect any keeper to follow you. I really don't have men to spare. But maybe it's time to make it right. So, thank you, I suppose. As between her and the captain, were it up to me, she'd be long gone. Her presence here distracts my men. There are a few retired keepers living there. They might tell you about the good old days if you ask them nicely. There are also some refugees from north of the island, since we had nowhere else to put them. I don't really know much about what's going on in that place. I just make sure you have everything you need, more or less. You can always go see for yourself. People fleeing from bandits, from the weirdness, you name it. I wasn't exaggerating when I said we were the last beacon of hope this far south. For these people, we are. Don't know how many more we can take, but that's a problem for another time. I knew we'd have to deal with this sooner or later. Time isn't exactly on our side. Mahone's condition worsens with each passing night. It's hard for me to admit, but nobody, including myself, really knows what's going on. Maybe a fresh perspective is exactly what we need. If you find any clues, follow them. I'm only interested in the details, and ideally, the solutions.
Okay. Wow. Whoa. It's got 3 ranks. You get free stun and free lifesteal with 2-handed weapons. That's crazy. Wow. I kind of like this. Yeah, this tree is ridiculously good. We'll rest through that. I don't really need to go in here, but now that we have a quest to do it.
This feeling, it was so strong, so real. I remember now, the weight of it, the power. This blade was never just steel. It was a part of me. A sword like that, it doesn't yield easily. It demands strength of body and of will. You'll need to grow stronger before it will choose you.
Well, I'm already level 15, dude. I died? How do I die?
This feeling, I remember now. This yes, but it carries more than my soul. It carries a part of my legacy. A sword like you'll need to grow.
Excalibur was never meant for mortal hands. Only Arthur himself could wield it. Those who dare lift the blade feel their strength wither, their very life force unraveling as Excalibur denies the grasp of the unworthy. Okay. That makes sense now. I understand why I died. It has the lore. Ah. We gotta go find out where the boat is. It's not really a step I need to take, but could be a good time. A random anchor. Why, hello. It's a cool painting. What's up, dude?
Welcome to the Museum of the Horns of the South, the southernmost keep under Camelot's jurisdiction. My name is Roderick, and I will be happy to introduce you to the rich history of this fascinating place. I'd also like to bring your attention to our numerous exhibits that are, as I like to say, inanimate witnesses of the history of the Horns of the South. The museum holds a collection of 72 items of the so-called movable, tangible heritage. The collection includes big and small items that represent the world surrounding the keepers of. Here you will find militaria, craft. I'd say all exhibits are worthy of your attention, but I could point you to the ones I personally. What is also worth mentioning is the tableware used by King Arthur himself during his... Yes, it's remarkable, isn't it? You can find them in the central display. Sewell's boots were sewn from 3 pieces of tan calfskin, tied at the top with a leather strap. The seam goes through the middle. On the outer side of each shoe, you can find a decorative brass buckle with the motif of the Camelotian bear. It is notable that even after 600 years, they are still excellently preserved, which is unusual considering the high humidity in this area. It means that even the keepers of that time must have realized the historical value of Sewell's boots, and therefore made sure to adequately preserve them. It is indeed an interesting exhibit. The horn was used by Sewell during wartime, not only for signaling, but also for intimidation. It is 50 centimeters long and made of the horn of an ox. It is the color of yellowed bone with some ash-gray discoloration on the narrow end. It has a brass mouthpiece and silver fittings on its wider side and at the middle. The shape of the fittings suggests that the horn was hanging on a leather strap, which unfortunately has not survived to this day. Do you mean the document with information about the course, weather, position, and speed of, or specifically, the document from the bridge of the Andraste, which sank tragically? Here it is, though I doubt those records will tell you anything, since the weirdness surrounding Avalon made sailing impossible. The knowledge of the precepts of navigation has been forbidden. Oh, no, we know that. You should have mentioned that you're looking for the wreck of the Andraste rather than the logbook. Every keeper knows that the Andraste was swallowed by the ocean. It's near what's currently known as Smuggler's Bay. Here, I'll mark it on your map.
Holy. Buttons. Man. Ooh, buttons.
Just another peaceful moment.
What the heck? Oh. Okay, I don't think I want to go down there right away. Wow. Okay. We definitely got a ton of quests now. We cleared up this entire zone. Let's go. That one. I think we leveled. We can use skeletons now. We can. Did that skeleton just hop out of the air, dude? Boom. All Mother, filled with kindness, embrace me to your bosom. Grant me the strength to struggle in this world. May the red of these raspberries symbolize my strength. May this mandrake save my restless spirit. May this rosemary protect me against temptations. Surround me with the protection now and forever. Love me as I love you. Picking flowers, yo. She crying blood.
Who's there? The Lord don't come around here without a good reason. What do you want? To bring me peace? The quiet I so long for? Ask for a blessing from the shrine? You don't want to do that. It never ends well. I'm haunting the shrine, against my will. Wait. I can see you've met Berg. I can see the threads that connect you. I remember him. The rest is a blur. We had a strong bond. We knew each other for years. We served together. Yeah, for years. I don't know much else. I keep forgetting things. I'm Kendall. Or I used to be. Hard to tell if I still am. Or only used to be. Maybe I usually am. I don't know. I'm too stupid for this. I once thought ghosts and wraiths must be wise. And yet, here I am. But that wasn't what you asked me. I don't remember much. I was a keeper, a lance corporal. There was an ambush, bandits. They killed me on the spot. It was right here, exactly in this spot. And from that very moment, I've been bound to this shrine. But I don't want to be. My place is there, in the haunts of the south. I need to finish my service. I need to rest somewhere more appropriate. Take my remains. Find Berg. He'll know what to do. That's all.
Do I already have his remains? Oh, I see. It'd be nice if those hammers didn't, like, knock the bodies so far away. They just get obliterated. Woody hit me.
I'll take you down with me! I'll get you back!
Holy!
This is going to hurt. Your rodents!
All right. Jeez. A woodcutting axe. Nice. Spell slingers. Increase the spell power by 1530. .5. 20 mana. That's pretty significant. 6 spirituality. Or 6 strength. It's a lot of spell power. Woofers? Must be a fishing spot of some sort. I want them to attack. I don't need to summon one.
Show me what you're made of. Your armor won't save you.
Oh, I see.
Such a cheap shot. You'll fall to my sword.
Oh no! I'm not overweight by too much. Oh, wow. Nice hood, actually. Buttons! Come on now. Let's hope the skeletons are a little bit more durable than the other little guys. I'm gonna run back here. It's just loading. Okay. We put Wow. I only put my ingredients in, my crafting ingredients, and I dropped 40 or so. Do it. The game is a lagging. I'm gonna put a whole set of this knight set in there. Because I only need 6 strength to use it. The spell slingers as well, very cool. Why would I use... I'm gonna sell one of these knight sets as well, I think. Camelot Soldier's Gladius. 8 strength. Festering. I could make some festering armor. Oh, I can use the Everfrost now. How cool does that look? I thought I had books in my inventory. Oh, it's just expensive. Alright.
Just another peaceful moment.
Can we make the... Wow. I think I'm missing one, actually. We need another blood clot. Can I buy a blood clot from you, dude? No. I still want to sell some stuff to you. Really got that much for this? I have a hailstone? Maybe I'll bank them. You never know when it might be used as like an enchantment or something. We'll go ahead and bank that one too. The summons are very loud. Alright. That was exciting.